There's a new method for getting infinite rare materials and legendary schematics that's going to take you minutes. It's super easy. Anybody can do it. I'm also going to show you how to capture these legend bosses without needing to do any work at all. Leave a like on the video if you're excited. Let's get right into it. Before I show you the start of the duplication method, let's quickly talk about the juicy rewards that this can get you. You can get a bunch of rare items like polymer, but the main thing that we're going to be grinding for are the legendary schematics. And they're just better versions of the equipment that you already have, including things like an assault rifle, which will do way more attack, and armor, which is going to protect you even more. Different schematics drop from different pals, so I'm going to give you a breakdown of which pal gives you each schematic. In the northeast, you have Palladius and Necromist. They spawn together, and they drop the heat-resistant pal metal armor and the legendary cold-resistant pal metal armor. This guy, Frostallion, drops the pal metal helmet legendary schematic, and if you go down here, the Jetrion drops the rocket launcher legendary schematic, and the Blasmut, they drop the golden legendary assault rifle schematic. All right, so we're done with the rewards. Let's get started with the duplication method. We want to use this glitch on the legendary pals in the game so we can get copies of the loot that they give us. So to do this, we need to capture them first. This is where my effortless method will come in and save the day. It's going to be so easy to capture all these pals. And let's begin with the Jet Dragon, or Jetrion. I don't know how to say it. It's notoriously one of the hardest bosses in the game to fight, and I have my pal appearance rate up, so there's 3 of them here. Now, I kind of want the fight to be easier, so I'm going to head back to the menu real quick and go to the server settings. All right, so here in the menu, we got a bunch of settings that we're going to change here. Bump up that pal capture rate to 2. You want to capture these things as easy as possible. Bump up your appearance rate. It's going to affect your performance, so maybe your machine's not good enough for this. We're going to bump down the damage from the pals to 0.1, so we take no damage. We're going to bump up our damage to the pals to 5, so we do a bunch of damage. We're going to bring down our stamina rates for our pals and ourselves, just so that we don't have to stop moving. Raise our damage from the player. And once again, we're going to take no damage because we lowered our damage to the player. Dropped items multiplier. We want more items on the ground, so let's raise that all the way up. And finally, we're going to put our daytime speed all the way up and our nighttime speed all the way down. Fighting all 3 at the same time does not sound like a fun idea. And that's why I made our days super fast and our nights long, just so that we can end this day because you can't sleep through it. And then we get to them to sleep and we can attack one at a time. Yeah. So while we're waiting for nighttime, let's go get some more ammo. I'm just going to buy the max amount, and then I'm just going to buy the max amount again. And then maybe another time. You definitely don't need to buy that much ammo, but I'm just nuts. For this fight specifically, it's really easy to just use a flying mount of your choice that allows you to shoot while riding it. I'm using a Ragnarhawk here, and this is how I captured my first Jetrion. So I'm going to show you what I did. So yeah, it's nighttime. It's a lot easier to just fight one at once instead of all 3. But let's start. Make sure I don't shoot any other ones. So they die really fast. Like, look at this. It takes so much damage. Okay, for me to go and capture it. Loser. And just look how easy that is. Psych. We're gonna just keep hovering here until we capture this thing. All right, and that's it. Done. Well, there's another one, right? So come on over here, buddy. So yeah, this is easily the fastest legit farm that you can do. Yeah, it involves changing some server settings. However, this is gonna work forever. And since I have my pal's stamina turned up, I can keep hovering here just like an AC-130, firing down on these Jetrions, and they don't chase me. And just like that, I captured all of the Jetrions. I'm gonna head back to base and let's go put our stuff away. If you look at where I am on the map here, it's a little bit north of the Blasmut, but this is the entrance to his dungeon. So let's go inside. Well, can't say I didn't tell you guys this was going to be easy. So they're all just sleeping, as expected. I'm going to throw that on my Axel and Orzerk here because it's just going to tank damage. All right, let me shoot one of them. Oh my god. They take so much damage. Well, let's try to capture. And boom, we already got one. All right, so let's go get our Frostallions now. And they're sleeping. This is probably the coolest pal in the game, honestly. I think it's sick. It runs, it flies, it looks really cool. It just looks mystical. Look at that ability, that running thing. I don't know. That's sick. So 32%, come on. Come on. Let's go. Finally, I'm going to go over and get Palladius and Necromist, and they spawn in the same location. Unfortunately, Palladius and Necromist, they don't sleep. So we're going to go back to daytime and then go head over there to kill them. And before I do that, I'm just going to make sure in my game settings that I've already put my nighttime speed back to normal and my daytime speed back to normal. All right, so for these guys, I mean, it's simple. We're going to throw down Axel and Orzerk. We're going to go to town with our assault rifle. We're going to capture them with our pal sphere, and that's going to be it. Now, it's a little bit harder because I'm fighting 6 of them at once. And make sure to repair your weapon before you go back into one of these fights, as mine is broken. All right, so we have all of our legendary pals that we want to farm. The only thing left to do is to go to the technology tab, and we have to unlock all of their mounts. So, Palladius saddle, Plasmid saddle, I need one more tech point. And the way to do this, I'm max level. You just have to find every single statue, go to dungeons, and try to get some extra points that way. Now, getting these tech points is going to be really easy at this point in the game because you have a Jetrion. So you can fly around, go get the rest of the teleporters because it's super easy with the Jetrion, and you get all of your technology points. I think this is the last one on the map that I need. And that's going to be enough to buy the Plasmid saddle just here. Cool. So over at my Scuff production base, I'm going to have them start making these saddles so that I can ride the pals. And then we're going to be back. I went through all the legendary pals that I just captured, right? And I decided which ones have the worst passives out of them all. And these are going to be the ones that I'm going to farm here. You probably already know there's butchering in the game, right? So I'm going to use my meat cleaver. And if I start chopping them up, it kills your pal, but it gives you the rewards again. Now, what I'm going to do is instead of killing the pal, we're going to be able to do this an infinite amount of times. So what's going to happen is I'm going to throw down my Jetrion. And now I have the option to butcher it. So we're going to start butchering it. 1, 2, I'm going to ride it. And now that I did that, he goes to the bottom of the earth. However, our Jetrion, if we just drop the pal from your party, it's going to go to the ground. Pick it back up. We throw it down, and it no longer falls through the ground. I'm going to butcher it again here. 1, 2, and ride. You can even ride it after it dies. So I'm going to just drop it again, pick it up, and then I'm going to throw it back down, and look at that. Now, you might make some mistakes at first. You might get a little too happy while you're butchering it. 1, and then 2, and then you're going to ride it, and then you're just going to fall through the earth. I'm just going to return to title and come back because it's broken. Okay, so I'm still underneath the map, and it's all messed up. I'm going to respawn. So if you have respawn penalty on, make sure to turn it off before doing this. So I got one legendary schematic already, and now I'm going to get the Frost Stallions by doing the same exact thing. Now, if your pal is broken, remember, just drop it from your party and bring it back. 1, 2, and then I'm going to ride it. So party, Frost Stallion, I'm going to drop you on the ground. I'm going to pick you back up. I'm going to throw you down. I'm going to butcher you one more time in the name of science. I'm going to let my hand come up. And even after they die, you can still get on it. So you're really just mounting them as they die, and the game doesn't know what to do. And look at that. They're back alive. Let's drop them. Pick them up. Throw them down. Butcher. 1. Oh, God. 2. And then they're dead. And then we got all of this stuff. Okay, so it decided that I was going to choose peace today instead of butchering. Anyway, if you guys have enjoyed this video, if it taught you anything, let me know in the comments below. If you want any more glitches, tips, and tricks on Palworld, leave a like on the video, and goodbye.